I'm tracking rain, wind, and snow for New England the next several days. Yeah, a lot of storms or just cold fronts, if you want to call them, coming down the weather highway into the next few days. Let's take a look at the weather maps, and I'll show you what's going on here. Really pull the curtain back so I can show you these storms that are coming through. Nothing overly significant, but the mountains are definitely going to see some snow, especially the western mountains of Maine, greens and whites in New Hampshire. Here come the systems down that weather highway into Wednesday and Thursday, and then again Friday, Saturday, then again Sunday, Monday. So there it is, your timestamp, top portion of the screen, and the green is rain, the blue is snow. Okay, not a lot of ice with any of this. Okay, these storms here mostly going to be cold enough for northern New England, not southern New England, to see the snowfall. So I don't expect much accumulation outside of the mountains, the North Country, up into Maine, basically the valley floor, western foothills. This is not going to be a big time snowfall accumulation outside of that unless things change in the next few days. Weather-wise right now, the last couple hours or so, and notice here, it is windy, especially in northern New England, but also in Massachusetts too. High wind watch up. That's for the next system to come through, but it's a wind advisory now. So let me break it down. So right now you've got your wind advisories for Maine, okay? That's for the wind that's happening right now. But in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, it's a high wind watch and a wind advisory. Wind advisory for today, high wind watch for coming up basically later tomorrow into Thursday as the next system comes through, and that one is going to bring wind more for southern New England and less for northern New England, okay? But got all of New England covered here in the forecast. The storm is well off to the east right now. The difference in pressure in the atmosphere is creating that wind. So the atmosphere is always trying to balance itself. So you have a big low pressure system over to the east heading up in the North Atlantic, okay? And in the west, you're going to have this ridge come in briefly. So the difference between these two systems creates that we want lines of equal pressure, and they get tightly packed. Think about it like this. Like if you walk into a room, okay, and there's 100 people in a small room, what do you want to do? Your natural inclination of your body, human nature, is to try and get away from that. It's try to spread out. You don't necessarily want to be all clumped together. It's uncomfortable. The same thing for the weather, for Mother Nature. Mother Nature wants you basically to have a nice kind of like a distance between you and the person next to you, right? Like personal space. Think about it like that. Think about that with weather too. Now here is that system that I am tracking off these. Look at the curl here. There's your low pressure system right there, okay? And there's the front that came through, okay? That's moving out into the Atlantic. And then behind that, you've got the cloud cover up in the mountains, also heading up down East Maine, greens and whites, back towards Vermont, and up towards Saranac Lake in New York, okay? And eventually, with the sky clearing, you'll get this ridging to build in briefly before things will get stormy again, because here is the next system to come down the weather highway. It's this one. This is going to be Wednesday to Thursday, and that one's more of a southerly track, so that means it is a southern New England storm more than northern New England on Wednesday, Thursday. So the wind for the next system here, I'm going to show you this. Now, I'm not saying that Maine isn't still going to get it, Vermont, New Hampshire. They're still going to get the wind on Wednesday and Thursday, but it is going to be more towards the south and not so much in northern Maine, okay? It's mostly here, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, that gets the worst of the wind, southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont, southern Maine, for the next system to come through with the rain and wind, and also some snow, right? So this is the forecast going out into November 12th, so into next week, okay? Look at the trend here. You can see the snow is mostly North Country type of snow. Not so much outside of that. So ski country, ski season, board season, getting an early start. Western Maine mountains, Coos County, New Hampshire, heading up the Champlain Valley, up in Vermont. Okay, talking about snow, North Country, heading up into upstate New York, up in the county in Maine, the Central Highlands. That's where the snow is going to be in the next week. And precip-wise, when you take the snow and you rain, you get it all down to just liquid. Good news for the drought, which right now is extreme in Maine, because there will be plenty of precip coming in the next several days. This is through November 11th here. The stripe of more than an inch plus Also, Western Mass, also heading up Northeast PA, the Catskills in New York. Okay, there's definitely going to be precipitation and storm after storm. Even though none of them are overly significant, there's still here an opportunity for several inches of precip as we get the next several weeks. I really see that the pattern here is on the stormier side. But I do want to tell you that I'm not going to show you the map, but I do not think the warm weather is done yet this season. There's going to be a warm up after this big cool down, okay? After the big cool down, there is going to be a warm up coming for like mid to latter part of November. So just, maybe we'll see around Thanksgiving time. You can follow along on Facebook for the latest updates and the latest forecasts. I also do food on there. And I thank you so much. If you want to subscribe on jasonnappyweather.com, or if you'd like to subscribe for free on YouTube, that is there as an option too. I thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day.